Hello, hello. Welcome to Together We Seek Online. And today is a really special day, as so many of these are, as I'm introducing women that have crossed my path, that have shared not only wisdom, but light with me. And Rita, I'm so excited to have you here. Rita and I, yes.
Hello, everybody.
We've had an awesome experience together, and we have some other great women with us online, and I'm just really excited to highlight all the great things women are doing, because I believe in sharing our journey, sharing our wisdom, and sharing our gifts can illuminate the path not only for ourselves, but all the women that cross our path. So I'm really excited to share Rita with you today. So Rita, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. I have been a massage therapist and shamanic healing practitioner, energy worker for many years now, since the 80s, 90s, colon therapist. I got into it because I wanted to do natural healing, but I really wanted to do touch. I really wanted to do hands-on touch, which massage turned out to be a good vehicle for that. But the more I got into it, the more I realized that shamanic healing was what was calling me after a dark night of the soul. And it was the chanupa, the pipe from the Lakota, that came to me to heal me and bring me back, because I really wasn't sure what was going to happen to me. And that brought me back to life. So I took that road from when I was in massage school back in '89 in Santa Fe, and took the road of where do I want to go? What are the natural healing things I want to do? I got into the cards, the medicine cards, which were native spoken cards, and studied many different paths, and it led me to the Four Winds, which is the ancient Andean path that brought me lots of tools to work on myself, because as you know, we have to do the work on ourselves if we want to do it for others. It always comes from everything comes from us. That's one of the things I've learned through the years. It isn't about blaming anybody else for anything. It's about, what did I come here to learn, and how did I attract these certain people and roles to learn from? So that's one of the main things I've learned from this path.
I love that. And for me, I found you through a series of searching. I was putting a women's retreat on, and I really am drawn to the drumming. I feel like drumming, you can feel the drumming. Yes. You can feel the drumming from the inside out. And I feel like it gives us a way of really getting deep within our souls. And it's funny because when we were going to do your session during the retreat, the power went out unexpectedly. The CD player didn't work. And the more I think about it, it's because the land, the higher beings wanted us to do authentic drumming. So tell us a little bit about how you use the drum.
I use it to call in the directions. So the directions in the medicine wheel is the main template of the work that I do in all of indigenous peoples. They call in the north, south, east, west, Mother Earth, Father Sky, and that creates a real safe space. But also, it's safe, it's sacred, and it's something you can count on. It's there for you. It teaches you how to go through an issue or a problem. In the South, we go through identification. What do we want? What do we not want? All of these things are very practical in our lives. As we know, any given day, there's always certain challenges and certain challenges in our life. So this is a way to go through it, identify, then go to the West, where we go to the Jaguar. And the Jaguar says, what do you want to do with this? Are you ready to let go of it? Just let it go. So another way to describe the medicine wheel, you can look at it as a mythic garden. And in the mythic garden, you want to plant, you want to weed. What do you want to plant? What do you not want anymore? Trust that when you plant those seeds, that something's going to come. And you may not know what it is, but you may have your ideas about what you want and what you don't want. The West is the juicy area of the medicine wheel. It's the place of the transition. It's a place of choice. It's a place of trust. It's where all the energy is going on in the West, because as soon as you get through that, which is also an emotional piece. So the South is the physical, then we go into the mental and emotional. What are thoughts that are going through our head? What are emotions that are holding us back? then we can go into the north and go, oh, that's really what it's about. These are the fruits of these seeds. I love dancing. I love playing. I love bats. I love being in nature. All of these things that we came here to do and to share, they start coming into play, and we remember them. And also we give homage to our ancestors, which is a very big part of all the shamanic work, is ancestry. And what are they doing still in our life? How are we affecting them? They are here to teach us, and they have taught us, and they're on the other side to support our life here. And I think they really love it when we are coming into our own and coming in our own discoveries and doing the work that others can see as well, that we're examples. And we also give thanks to the lineage of this tradition with the ancient Andean people. Then when you go to the east, you go to the eagle and the condor, which is the eagle and condor feathers that I happen to have here. They are the highest flyers to grandfather's son. When you get to the east, you're like, hey, I got it. I'm it. This is it. And you can step into it, and you don't have to keep pulling the scab off the emotional wounds and the physical wounds, because once you get it in the energy level, all the other levels will be able to be affected and then move easily forward, where before they might have been a little difficult to get to. How am I going to lose weight? You could say, I want to lose weight in the South. Well, what do I do to get there? And all the little steps that it takes to get there. You have to trust in the process. And one of the things I wanted to talk about too is the process of people get anxiety or people get depression. One of the reasons is because they're out of control. They don't know what's going on. But what happens when we're in depression is the part of our brain shuts off that remembers what it's like to feel good. It kind of shuts off. So no wonder people have trouble with it. We have to remind ourselves. In other words, we have to remind ourselves what feels good. And it's good to do a daily practice. You can do the daily practice with whatever. You want to do it with yoga or meditation. But it's really important to practice this work, because it will give you more of a frame of reference so that you can remember a little bit better, so that you can go to and go, yeah, I really like doing this. Do that every day. Support yourself. We came here to enjoy life. In the East, we're out there in the East and we're feeling good. And then we always give thanks to Mother Earth and Father Sky. The Earth is our mother, this really true mother, because all of our mothers and us as mothers have fallen short. And it's never going to be, the way we would have liked it to be. So the way I look at it is we thank Mother Earth. That's where we can go to send. That's how we let go. We can send it to her. And many cultures have their different mother stories, creation stories, and religions. Mother Mary. All the different religions have sacred mothers. So this is what we can do. We can use that as the sacred mother within us. We don't need to keep thinking that it's supposed to be that one that gave us birth, because it's always going to fall short. And then the Father as well, the Father Sky, we can use the lights and the heavens and God as that part of our being. So we're giving thanks for all of it. And that's how we create the sacred space of the medicine wheel for all the work to even begin. And I use the drum also when I'm doing soul retrievals, going on journeys. We take it and let you go. One of the things that shamans do is they take you into another reality than the one that we're seeing right now, the regular reality. I'm sitting here with you. Then we go into another reality with our minds, and we can go to these places where we can see our destiny and bring it forward, where we can clear energies, where we can find out more information about who we are. And I think that when we talk about empowerment, it isn't just about, well, this is who I am and this is what I came here to do. It's the whole picture, it's our family, it's our work, it's what makes us feel good, it's taking our walk. It's a relationship. It's a relationship first with ourselves, to feel the friendly relationship with ourselves so that we can attract that. We can create that vibration. That's how we attract what we want into our life. We have that choice and we have the power.
That is so beautiful, so beautiful. And I think, there's so many nuggets there. I think one of the things that I see in the work that I do with so many women is that the busyness of life has conditioned us not to be inside, not to connect to Mother Earth, not to recognize all the beauty around us. So I know in your practice, you meet with people one-on-one, you do a lot of group work. How are you seeing things shifting recently? Are you seeing a shift? And is it more women, more men? Like, what do you think is coming about right now?
Well, I'm seeing more men actually. And it's interesting because men are going to have a different way to do this than sometimes what women do. Women have a more of a way of just being in the radiance, I think. Men come in and they have a different way, but I'm seeing more men and it's a beautiful thing. And everybody's different. We're all so different. This is another one of the teachings, I think, is what to realize everybody has their own way. And we're all just trying to do the best we can. I think we need to give ourselves a break and stop being so hard on ourselves, really, and just realize, my gosh, you made it here today. Your body is here right now. We did good. We got here. We've been through a lot. So maybe what we are learning more today, especially after the big thing we've been through with the COVID in the last few years, is that, what is it that we really want to do? People are getting a little more focused. Why? What am I doing? What can I do right now when there's an opportunity? I'm going to go to Italy for a while to be in a community, to see where I can work there, and see if that could be another home for me. There's a window of opportunity. Every time anything that is not so good, trauma, pandemic, there's always opportunities that are involved in it. And I think we all have seen that. We've all probably had experiences of that.
Definitely. And I think, it's important to notice like that shift, to having the self-confidence to make a shift and not just stay in the mud puddle. But for some people, even myself, actually, even within the last 12 months, like shamanic was just a word that I really didn't understand and seemed a little scary. So if someone were to say like, what is that? And like, is it something that is scary? Is it something I should be doing? Like, what does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, one of the definitions is going into unordinary reality to bring back healing information for our path. And it always involves the directions, sacred space. It always involves nature, because nature is the most practical thing we have going. You can be of any religion, but you can know that hawk, that hawk in the sky maybe has a message for you sent by God, sent by whatever, the universe, the synchronicity of the moments that we can share here. So those are things in common, is working with nature and seeing how nature can teach us. Because the reason why I mean, when I had that dark night of the soul and I came back with a pipe, I realized, I wanted to take a more shamanic or indigenous path. But what I realized was these people, they knew so much. They knew it all. They knew about chakras, which I thought was a new age thing at the time. I mean, they knew it all. They could see it and they can feel it. And they didn't have the adulteration of, whatever to get in the way. Religion can get in the way of a lot of that. So you don't have to not be religious to do shamanic work. It's just an adjunct to what you're already doing, and just praising God that, wow, we live in this beautiful universe full of nature. That's the most practical thing I can think of. And it's a way, like I say, that medicine wheel is a way to help you change it, to help you actually change it. And this also involves rituals. It involves ceremony. And ceremony takes you out of that monkey brain and it takes you to another place where things are more possible. It can happen. That's what we do. So we're trying to get out of that regular, thinking that keeps us in a less than possible place to what is our destiny really about.
I love that. And for me, I obviously wouldn't bring anything that I didn't try myself or was part of. And I would say that it was such a magical experience. Not only did we use the drum, but we use the voice of Rita, the knowledge, the wisdom, not only from where she is now, but probably many, many generations of her soul. And then we had the tribal flute. And I think for many of us, it brought us to a place of comfort, a place of awareness, which may or may not be from this moment in time. But I think for many women that attended that retreat, I think they were able to get in a little deeper to who they are, what makes them tick, and even release what is no longer serving them. And I think many of the energy practitioners that I work with and light workers are really here for us to get rid of things that are holding us back or a darkness that we continue to revisit so that we can create more room for light and love.
Yeah, I think it touches a place deep, deep within our soul, you know, the heartbeat. You know, when we hear the drum, this is really the heartbeat of the earth. You know, the earth has a frequency, and it touches that place that maybe we don't understand consciously or even know, but we all have that in common. We all come from that. We all come from indigenous peoples. We all come from people that didn't have religion or maybe much of a language. You know, it's all part of us. And sometimes we'll get a stirring, and maybe we'll even see another time where that was happening. So it is, and I think that there is comfort, like you say, that's comforting.
Yeah, I love that drum. I feel like even if you want to play it for a minute, I feel like it's so beautiful because it really, it just like aligns with the sounds and rhythms of our body in a way that's hard to tap into by just sitting there. I feel like the drum is just such a powerful tool.
Well, if you have a few minutes, I can take you on a little journey. If you wanted to go, like, I don't know how much time you have, but we can do like a 2 or 3 minute one if you wanted.
Yes, are you
Can we
kidding?
do
I
that?
would love that. Yes,
Why don't
thumbs
we do
up. We got a lot
that?
of thumbs up on the Zoom. Definitely.
Okay. So just close your eyes, take a deep breath, exhale, take another deep breath, and imagine that you're walking down a path on a beautiful summer day. The sun is shining through the trees, making beautiful patterns on the earth below as you take a walk on a beautiful path in the woods. You can have the smells, the aromas, flowers, the leaves, friendly animals running around. Maybe one wants to come and play with you and be your guide, be your ally. Take a walk up to the tree. There's a beautiful tree of life in front of you. Just take a walk right up to the tree and give her a hug. Take a deep breath and feel yourself just melting into the tree and becoming one with her. Your arms are her branches, your trunk, her trunk, your legs, her roots, your blood, her sap. Take a deep breath. Let yourself just listen right now. Is there a message for you? There's a message from the tree. Now we're going to take our leave. This is just the beginning of a journey we can take to learn even more. But for right now, this is a lot to go into her and feel that energy. Come out of the tree, give her a hug, thank her, leave her a gift of spirit. Make your walk back down the path. Maybe the animal, maybe there's an animal that wants to come with you all the way to this reality. As you're making your way back through the path. Getting back to your room. open your eyes. Just gently come back. This is a short version of what we could go into. We can do past lifetime. We can do soul retrieval. We can do just finding information about something, to your sacred pool, to your sacred garden. It all brings back information into this life that we have right now. Were you able to feel the tree and the sap? And
Yes. Yes, and even in just a few minutes, you can quickly drop into yourself, your heart, and feel yourself on a journey. And I feel like it's just a good reminder that there's so much more available to us.
yeah, just a little quickie. But that we have the choice, and we can empower ourselves.
How about you, Molly?
Same way. Yeah.
I had an amazing experience in that. That was like really amazing.
Great. Do you want to share it, or?
Sure. Yeah, I was walking down the path, and the path was lined with these really problematic, invasive species, and I was like, "That's weird," But like my beautiful path should be lined with natives. I'm very much like that. And then I got to the tree, and it was a freaking ailanthus tree. I don't know if you're familiar with ailanthus, but it's terribly invasive out here on the East Coast. It's a huge problem. We have some in our yard. So I'm like, what the hell is this about? But I went with it, and I realized that it was kind of like this is also who you are on this soil. And I went, like this is, I need to I need to make peace with the colonial part of my soul, because
Beautiful.
It's there. And like, I have this real connection to, like, I don't know why, but I love watching YouTubes and just learning about like the royal family and the Tudor times, especially like Henry VIII. It's like there's something, my curiosity goes there. And then the Medici family in Italy is really interesting to me too. And that kind of all started to come together when you were talking about linking with like flashes of your ancestry and your karmic history. So anyway, thank you. That was really great.
See, this is why I love this work, because you set it up. We're going to take you on a journey. I don't know what you're going to see. I love the input of the most imaginative, creative stories that come. And then it's your story. I take people on also a journey to find their own creation story, because as they say, what we know in Judeo-Christian is the story with Adam and Eve, and how we got, there's some bad casting out of the garden, and the woman issue of being, bad, and all of that. So we can create our own story. And everybody has their own stories. Indigenous peoples have many stories. So I love that you can create the space, we're going to open up the directions, and then you find what works for you. I'm not going to tell you this. No. This is what I love about it. You tell me this. This is how it all works. But I'm just here to help you with holding the space, so taking the time. So that was really
fascinating.
Beautiful. And then you can journal that, you can ask, you can do psychodrama, put that tree in a chair across from you and talk to that tree, and then get up and then get in the chair yourself and be the tree and listen to the story the tree has. That's one of the most powerful things I've ever done. It's a very simple exercise, but you'll find that you're becoming compassionate with that tree. And you're right.
Yeah.
We are also not from this place either.
Yeah. I mean, I'm killing a patch of bamboo. I'm 5 years working on killing a patch of bamboo on my property that's on a stream bank. And so, you can't like run a machine through it or do any of like the industrial ways. I'm just having to like go after it by hand. And in the process, I really connected with the bamboo, and it even like gave me its song. It has a song about how much it loves the sun. And it's a very like just simplistic, like reach for the sun is all that the song really says.
Oh,
Follow the
that's so
day and reach for the
beautiful.
sun. And it's got this really like consciousness it's deep, but that's like, this is what I'm about. And it's really interesting how the invasives talk to me, and I think that they, like me, realize that they don't belong, like they were introduced here, and like it's okay for they don't really go here. And like, so I've made peace with the bamboo, but I haven't like spoken with the ailanthus or the multiflora rose or any of the other things that I'm trying to get out of there. I think that we tend to hold a lot of anger for species that are problematic, but
Garlic mustard or
yeah,
honeysuckle. And it's thank you for that. See, and I learned so much from people. I have a friend right now who's also doing the same thing with her bamboo. I just talked to her yesterday, and it's like, it's a lot. And I think she's going through like a grieving process, actually, because that bamboo's been a big part of her life. And it's a tree, and so it's like you want to make some kind of peace with that.
Yeah.
It's just like, think about what if you have like an entity or another ancestor that wants to take over part of you, or a memory or a stab in the back. You have to somehow make peace with that. It's another invasive that you don't want. It has a right, but it's not, the right isn't to be in your property or your body,
Yeah. So I'll share the song if she wants. Another thing that the bamboo told me was that it wanted me to like create structures out of it to kind of showcase how useful it is. It was okay about leaving, but it wanted something useful done with its parts.
Great.
Yeah.
I will share that with her. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll share the song too if you want. It's a really silly song.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to find it and share it?
Well, I don't know. Ask JJ.
Yeah, if you want to, or you can just post it to Rita inside the community. She's in there, so you can tag
I'll
her.
do that. Okay.
Yeah, for us all to see.
Yeah.
I'm over the moon, and anyone else that wants to contribute, feel free. I just feel like this type of conversation is so elevating of my energy and frequency, and I just feel like it's crumbling some of the expectations of women in ways that bring us more together, that help us elevate the frequency for all of us.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you, JJ. Thank you for the work you're doing and promoting that. You do such an excellent job of that. Really appreciate that.
Well, I'm so grateful that this is my work. Honestly, I just love it. So I'm just so glad you're all here. I don't know if anyone else wants to share, or there's any questions. Feel free to raise your hand or speak up. I'd love to share Rita with everyone here right now, and then also that listens to our new podcast, and also put it in the community, because I think for many of us, we can't always attend, but we need the information to give ourselves permission to seek. And I think for many of us, that seeking will bring us the wisdom, insight, and next level of our knowing. Rita is going to live in a spiritual community in Italy. So very similar to maybe a Lilydale or an Omega. She's going to live in Italy in a spiritual community.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yes, you're going to have to post as pictures and share things that are happening there for sure.
Okay, great. I will. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for posting, and thank you for being part of this community. I hope you share your wisdom and knowledge as often as you can.
Thank you. You too. Beautiful. Bye.